Quarantine's been chill. I've had a lot of time to work and reflect on everything, my thoughts, music, like everything. It's been chill though, bro. I've been eating a lot of like food and shit, like catfish dinners and shit, you know what I'm saying? 10-piece chickens and shit. Like, really been going crazy when it comes to that. But like, it's been chill, bro.
What was it like growing up in Madison, Wisconsin?
It was cool. It's like a small town, so, and Madison is like a college town, so basically a lot of drinking, cause that's what's going on in the city. Like for me, I wasn't like, I kind of stuck to myself. I had like a very small friend group. I was very music oriented since a kid, so like I was in the house a lot, doing like music things and creative things. I would say it shaped me to be like a pretty well-rounded person, introverted as well, but yeah, it was cool. It wasn't the big city, like so I kind of missed out on that, like you know the grit, the dirt, like like a big city or like the whatever like a big city is. It's like really homey in Madison type shit.
So, like, when did you first start creating music yourself?
Shit, since a jit, bro, I was like, my uncles was big on music, you know what I'm saying? During the Soulja Boy era and shit, like, my uncles was definitely making songs about white tees and shit, like, glow-in-the-dark Nikes and shit, like, so I was watching that shit growing up, and I'm like, okay, well, I knew since a young age, like, I don't necessarily want to make songs about the white tee, but, like, I could get on that. So, like, since a kid, like, probably was, like, third grade, I had, like, I had a notebook that I would write raps in, and then, like, my mixtapes was all on paper. Like, I'd be, like, track 1, track 2, track 3. I used to record on I don't know if it was called cassette or it was just, like, the thing you put the tape in and you just press play, but you only got one shot to, like, do whatever. So I used to hold that motherfucker next to speakers and like press play and just freestyle, like, and then like as long as the like tape ran, and like I used to like play mixtapes back, you know, like that. I used to do weird shit like that, bro. Before I knew, like, this was like third grade though. Before I knew the mechanics of like, oh, go to the studio, type shit.
You start releasing shit and it's getting good feedback. At what point did you realize that your music was gaining traction?
I want to say when I dropped that. I was on SoundCloud early. So Reddit, there was like a hip hop blog on Reddit, and they posted like one of my songs on there, and it got like dumb traction. It got like 20,000 views in a day, cause Reddit just ran it up like that type shit. And it was like I was probably a sophomore in high school, you know, and that happened. So I think that was the beginning of like my traction, cause you know they went and peeped the catalog. Prior to that, I was only getting like 1,000 views a post. After Reddit though, like some lucky ass shit out of nowhere, it just was like, you know, gave me a base to like, you know, sit on.
Can you speak on the creation process of that sheet?
The goal was like find a good batch of beats and make music type shit. But like it was like I knew I wanted to be like, I didn't have my niche, I didn't have my footprint for what my music would be like today, or like moving forward years from now, or like it was more so like, all right, I'm inspired by Outkast, I like Kendrick, I like Tribe, like all Erykah Badu, like I'm inspired by all these people. How do I make my own like thing, and how do I just be bold? And like that was at a time, bro, where I was really like not even paying attention. I just knew I was inspired, but like I just would press record, you know. Like that's when I was mixing all my own shit, like putting it out that way. I kind of was just like lost in the sense I wasn't trying to be like, I didn't have this like idea in my mind like, oh, I'm gonna release this project and then I'm gonna release 3 more projects and bam, I'm about to be like on. I kind of just like, I'm recording this shit. This shit is just happening. Like I'm literally doing this. And it just, that's how it came out. Like I didn't have like it wasn't like a rapper like cliche. Like, oh shit, I'm finna like, you know what I'm saying? Like I kind of was like, I'm creative today. I'm finna like put out an EP.
Shortly after that, you released Shade Trees, which was a great tape. I would say, just outside looking in perspective, helped solidify you as an artist, especially like in the Midwest and in the country. Really, just like people were like, "Oh shit, like, this is something." How did it feel to come out of the gate like damn near an instant classic?
It felt good, yo. I was very like shocked. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was gonna be like just like a little thing. I thought it was like, at the time I wanted it to be bigger than it was. Honestly, I thought it was gonna be way bigger, but like that was the mindset I was in. I appreciated the like feedback on it. It was some good times. You know, 2016 was a good time for me creatively, cause I was doing it the same as the She EP. I just wasn't writing shit. I would just go in the studio and like create my adolescence type shit. I would just press record on my adolescence, bro, and like whatever came out was what happened. But it was cool. It was cool. I'm pleased. It gave me a base. You know what I'm saying? To like show and improve.
Yeah. After that, probably a year or so after that, you dropped Oil Change in 2018.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite projects that year. 2 years later, how do you feel about that body of work? Do you feel like it got proper kind of like reception that you were thinking it was gonna get? Yeah, how do you feel about that?
On that one, it was like, it was cool. I was going through a lot, so it was just like, I didn't even have like, I didn't know what it was gonna do. I kind of was just throwing paint at the wall and like giving it to God type shit. Like, yo, let's see type shit. But like, it was cool. I was glad I did it. Oil Change was the first tape that I was like, I'm about to be unapologetically me, but it still had crutches in it because I was still trying to do certain things. But like the plus was like, I was unapologetically me though. Like I was like, all right, I'm finna be myself. I'm not finna like be a political figure in hip hop. I'm about to just do what it is I want to do. And it was like I planted a seed with Oil Change, bro. I planted a seed on some like, I planted a seed to say like, do what you want to do. Just, water that motherfucker up, like water it. You know what I'm saying? Get it neat, like get it where you need it to be. Type shit.
Not that long ago, you had Kari and Maquel come to Wisconsin. What was that trip about?
Man, we got a group chat. You know what I'm saying? The group chat's pretty lit. And yeah, we kind of just decided we should click up, bro. Like, we were sending so many demos to the chat. It was like, all right, this is like teasing everybody, I would assume. Like, we got to link up and fireworks, yo. Like, we got to do something, yo. Like, fireworks, bro. Like, so that's what we ended up doing. We ended up linking up, and it was fun. Like, the B&B was really nice, bro. It was, like, expensive home. It gave me a lot of, like, ambition. Like, man, we should probably be living in one of these, off the strength of what we just love to do. But, yeah, the trip was cool. Yo, we knocked out songs, just kicked it, vibed, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like a breath of fresh air for our minds, I'm pretty sure. Like, it was that type of deal. You know what I'm saying?
So, taking steps back from that trip, you had the She EP, Shade Trees, Oil Change. At some point last year, you decided to step away from music. You you know, kind of put up like a post, essentially retiring in a way. You deleted like your SoundCloud and just kind of like disappeared for a while. What made you decide to step away from music for a while?
I didn't beat the odds, bro. And when I didn't beat it, I was like, I was kind of like, I didn't beat my odds. You know what I'm saying? I bricked it. So I had to step away from music. I had to step away, bro. Because I was like, yo, I'm not proud of who I am, bro. I'm not proud. Like, I wasn't proud of musically. And as a person, bro. Because, like, as a person, it reflects my music. So I was like, damn, yo, like, I woke up, like, I just was like, I was looking at my old self. I was listening to my old music, and I'm like, damn, no, whole time, that's who you was that entire time, bro. But in your head, I didn't perceive myself as who I actually was. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of made me like, I went like kind of downward spiral. I was like, damn, bro, like, I'm embarrassed, bro. I felt like I wasted time. I felt embarrassed, bro. I felt embarrassed. I was like, damn, all this music's up. I'm embarrassed. Type shit. Like, didn't beat it. And like, yeah, man, I just couldn't fuck with it. I couldn't fuck with myself, bro. So I had to step back and, what's it called? Like, evaluate myself for a long time, bro. And like, I'm finally out of that mode. Like, I feel really good now. Like, I feel really good. I had to trip a lot of times, not touch psychedelics, but I just had to do my own personal evaluation trips, like sober as fuck, like just like, like, damn, okay, real fake, like, you feel me? Like, that's what it was, so, yeah, I've shed a lot of fears that I had. I feel like I just can't do this music thing being scared and shit, and like, so that's why I took the break, bro. I was broken.
That was a great answer. I didn't have this down, but you said you were making music scared or something along those lines.
Yeah, once I went through all that.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Like, what? Scared of what?
Scared of like not pleasing myself later on down the line, like dropping a project I don't absolutely love. Dead ass being like afraid when I wrote something really good type shit. That might sound batshit, bro, but like being afraid when I actually wrote like a fire ass verse, like, damn, what if I become as big as like these motherfuckers on the wall? Which I'm not. These aren't mine. I didn't pick these, but it's all good. They fire. I remember last interview we switched it up. But like, what if it actually became one of these motherfuckers on this wall? Any of the walls in here, like, I was scared of that, G. Like, I was scared of like my own God-given gift. Like, nah, bro, like, yeah, you might be like, it could explode. You could be like a big deal, but you like are scared to be a big deal. Why was I scared? Cause shit, I don't know. It just, that shit gives me anxiety, but I want to be it. Feel me? But it's just like, that's what I mean though. Like, I would be scared for real. Like, damn, like, get chills. Like, damn, like, I just wrote some shit that gave me chills, bro. And like, because I know it could be very successful type shit. And it's like, once you get there, who knows? Privacy is different. Everything's different. Life is just different. But like, it's just, that's another like mental evaluation like I have all the time,
So is there a new project in the works? What can fans expect from this new tape? Any idea maybe when it's coming out?
Yeah, I've been working on a project. I don't know like the soundscape of it. I know what I have in mind, but I'm not completely there yet. So I'm kind of still like listening to production. I've been like listening to a lot of beats and shit. Doing a lot of writing. I write endlessly, so like whenever I find it, I'm gonna run with it. Like I'm gonna know I got conceptual ideas that hashing out. So yeah, that's a project in the works, but I don't have a release date for it. But I am very happy about it. It's a real thing already.
What's your favorite thing about making music?
The expression and how limitless it can really be, bro. Like for example, culturalistically, like we do things totally different. Some like different races and different cultures do certain things the same exact way. So it isn't like, but like, say like I'm picking up a baby, right? And I'm like, yo, like, fight. That's what I'm saying to the baby. And the baby's like, he know to fight or some shit. Cause I'm literally kind of teaching his ass what fight means. And usually you say that to babies, like if I'm with my cousins or my family or somebody, and I'm like, and it's like, maybe he's not a baby, but he's like a toddler or some shit, but he doesn't like, he's a baby still. And we like, look, fight. And like the baby would start punching this lemon head. But like, I would put that in the song and the music, but like I don't even gotta say fight in the rap, but like basically that imagery I just tried to paint. We could do that with music, and that's like my favorite part of music. Like seriously, like cultivating and like capturing an energy that is like very real and very like it's gonna hit somebody's soul somewhere, yo. Like they gonna really feel that shit. Even if I said fight, like it's hitting their soul type shit if that's what they grew up on. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody, like any one of us could say anything or hear anything, and it could touch our soul because it comes from a place that the other person maybe doesn't know. But that's my favorite thing about hip hop, bro. Like how limitless we can be with this shit. I could turn up, I could be cocky, I could be conscious, I could be a lot of things. So it's like that's the fun part about music, yo.
What's your least favorite part about making music?
Like politics. Like that's my least favorite part. I feel like if you on a major label, you can make the wildest album of your dreams, and like it's good because that label need that bread. So we letting you rock, we letting you act a fool. But like certain artists think they can't do certain things based off artists who don't do certain things that could get them in trouble, or like that could like stir up headlines and shit. Like that's my least favorite part, like thinking you gotta tame yourself to be like accepted. But say I like a clean artist, like to me he comes off as clean and neat and like he stands for something. And say I want to do like some whatever I want to do, if it's not that, now I'm automatically at a mental block thinking I can't be myself because he's successful doing what he's doing. And that's my least favorite part, which is probably like more internal than anything. But yeah, other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't like how market shares like ran and shit, but that's just some like to each his own shit. I don't like feeling like I'm being force fed anything. But that's like corporation shit, I feel like. So I don't really got like, guess I don't have that many like bad things about music. I feel like I fuck with it all, shit.
Who are some artists or producers out of Chicago that you want to work with in the future?
Artists or producers. I don't know that many producers in Chicago. I don't know if they're from here or not. I do want to work with Kari. I think Kari's like hard. I ain't gonna lie, I want to do a song with Joey Perp. Joey Perp's fire. Like I feel like if Joey, I want to do a song with you too, and Kari with a Q. But yeah.
What's some advice you would give to your younger self?
I would say to trust your instinct, to pay attention to who you are at all times, because that will change depending on how much someone else is paying attention. So like, only pay attention to yourself because whole time, bro, that is what you're doing right now, and that's just what it's gonna be, type shit. So that was like me to self. That's what I would tell myself straight up. That's all I can tell you, bro. Honestly.
What's your favorite song you've ever created?
I really like In the Shade off of Shade Trees. I like that song because like maybe like I got a little technical difficulties with it. Like, I don't like that how I recorded the verse, or I was yelling too loud or some shit. But I do like that song simply because it was like it felt very like warish to me. Like I was in a war, like a war cry, and it was like very personal. You know, talking about my OG and shit, and it was very personal to me. Nowadays, though, like my favorite song, like currently, is Drunk Punch, because it's very unapologetic. It's just like this is how I feel. Like,
yeah. Can you speak about that merch line that you have coming out?
Yeah, so I'm trying to do a merch line called Toy Bin. Toy Bin is basically a time capsule of what my music used to be. So like Shade Trees and Oil Change, the She P, and any Lucy's that people know of, like back in the day. This like I'm want to sum all that music up by dropping a merch line called Toy Bin to like literally in creativity say that's who I used to be, meaning like I'm not changing on purpose. Like I just have grown into this adult man. That music was from my adolescence type shit. That hence the name Toy Bin, the merch line Toy Bin. Cause yeah, I just feel like it sounds playful, like grown but like youthful type shit. And yeah, I'm hoping it's like gonna be dope. Similar to my Shade Trees hats, but like that was for an album. This is for an era type shit.
Can you talk about that documentary that you're working on?
Yeah, I'm working on a docu for the album that I'm currently working on. Just showing everything. You know, I got a lot of personal diaries, virtual diaries that I did on video, like on my personal camera at home. That is going to be in the documentary. Studio sessions. As of yesterday, I have the idea to make it more of artistic expression rather than just being about the album. But it's the same thing because, like, whatever I'm artistically expressing, like, it's going on literally today and, like, you know, as I'm making the album. So it's just going to be like a short documentary, like, introducing the album. As of now, it's called, you know, Beady Beads. And that's the album. And that might be the name of the documentary too. But yeah, that's all it is.
My last question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I see myself being even more unapologetically me, not seeking like approval from anyone type shit. Even if it's in my head type shit, even if I embarrass myself, if I'm outside and I'm having a really good time and I feel like screaming at the top of my lungs, I'm going to scream, bro. Like type shit. I'm just going to do it and I'm gonna feel good about it. Yeah, I'm aware of what's going on, but like that's where I see myself in 5 years. Really like unlocking myself. Cause I need to do that to like, and maybe in 5 years I would have already unlocked myself by then, but like, I could do this shit tomorrow, the unlocking, but I just see myself with a very proud of the album I either put out or have, and very proud of every creative idea I had, and it being functioning and like moving and business is booming type shit. Crazy.